but I started to get into much more relaxed space. Okay, like I wanted to learn how to do certain stuff like adding smoke and adding actually how to rig a character in Houdini, how to texture, how to start modeling. And actually I'm slow pace and settling down myself. Then I actually, you can see there are Houdini plugins in here as well. See the Houdini tab here in Maya?
Yeah.
So I actually did the Houdini. So I actually animate Maya animation and put that into Houdini. And I am trying to do some particles like special effects of creating snow. I'll show you what I mean.
But is it easy on Maya or Houdini to do it?
Don't ask me that question, man. Don't ask me that question.
No, for you.
Is it easy or is it difficult? No. There is no such an answer.
No, because
Houdini has got certain powerful capability. Maya has got certain capability. You can, like, Houdini is good for special effects, like smoke, dust, creating snow, incorporating, like, for example, I'll show you. Just give me a second. Okay. Let me open this Houdini character.
I'm just saying that because I've compared the particles on Maya and Max. Maya is much easier to work with particles to make effects.
Maya has improved a lot in dynamic side of it recently.
I never tried on Houdini. I don't know how it works.
Now Houdini is good, but understanding Houdini, getting to the knowledge of Houdini, it's going to be difficult for everybody.
Yeah, probably you need to live. I mean, as any 3D modeling or game animation, you need to live that. You need to make that basically a big part of your time for you to be able to understand.
It's all node based. I'll show you. It's all node based. I'm trying to get my head around node based, and then I'm learning Vex, something called Vex. VEX, Vex. Vex is a language which Houdini reads. It's a programming language. Like Maya understand Mel and Python. So Houdini understand Vex.
I never tried to. I have a book there.
Houdini is still, you can download and experiment. So this is Houdini. So, but what I want to do is I wanted to create this shot in this animation. I'll show you. I'm still Octonauts.
When I open Houdini, there's a kind of issue with my graphic card, and I think I need to. I don't know how to do it. Need to fix that.
Yeah. So basically, look, this one. You know that's they just shot on second. Look, I need to go early today. I'm going to be finishing around 4 o'clock today. So if we can work continue until 4 o'clock without taking any breaks, so we can finish it early. Okay. So you see this shot basically. Let me just show you. So this I actually build this one in Houdini. No, actually Maya, and then export back to Houdini. Now I wanted to create that like a terrains, and I'm actually animating that shot. Basically, see that the snow coming.
Yeah.
I'm on the process of building these characters and rigging it, and next step is to add dialogue to lip sync.
Okay.
So I'm focusing on that shot. Okay, so that's that shot. So basically I show you I actually animate that in Maya, and then I export back into Houdini. It wasn't straightforward. I have to do a lot of experiments Let me just go to Octonauts. So I actually rigged this character as well. I actually do the rigging. Sorry, 1 second. Let me continue. Okay, so this character is all rigged. This vehicle is all rigged. I actually rigged it last week. Just give me a second. So see that I add the rig as well.
Cool.
So you can see I am actually following doing the same one.
And I would like to focus just on the 3D gaming animation.
Yeah, so I got that character. All right, Paul. So let me just play 1 second. So I actually rigged this character, and you'll see the animation in a minute. So let me actually go to my scene camera. I have a camera here. I'm looking through the camera here, looking through the camera. No, it's not the camera, no. So this camera has to be going into looking through selected. My computer is going slow, let's see. So let me see again, select the camera, panel, look through selected. When you select look through selected, it's gonna look through. Okay, so there you go. I'm just adjusting my camera into this position. Then you'll see the animation here.
Okay.
So this is the camera I'm actually looking through. So if I go into my camera one, sorry, camera perspective camera. So that's the camera. That's the camera I was looking through. See that the camera? So I got this animation. So what happened was I export that into Houdini. I'll show you this. I'm still learning Houdini. I mean, I don't know much about Houdini, but I'm going in the right track, I hope, because it's a bloody difficult program to learn. I'm just creating snow at the moment.
Going to be in the second lesson that I've arranged a one-on-one. I've arranged a one-to-one with Janica on Thursday anyway. Why am I explaining to you, fam? You're a student like me, bruv.
It's good bad look.
Hey, Ruben, you alright?
As I said in the first lesson.
No, I'm just talking to
On the phone. Oh, Ruben is the man in the century. So let me just show you. The computer's getting slow.
Hello, Janica.
Are you doing mine all right? So I actually managed to import this Houdini anime to come on, open this thing. Maybe it's got crashed. Yeah, it's got crashed. Okay, Let me restart again. That's why. Guys, you need to up your notch. Basically, we go to do your work and do the 3D modeling. Take this time as an advantage for you to build your showreel and stuff. And if you missed it, you missed. There's no second chance. Okay, let me just show you this. So basically, I am trying to do this. I show you the snow animation stuff in Houdini.
So you modeled it in Maya, but animated it in Houdini.
Yeah, so that I animated in Maya and brought the animation into Houdini and adding the snow in Houdini. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
Houdini does like the particle physics and that.
So Houdini.
No. But you need to teach us like the way you're doing the effects and everything, right?
Okay, look at this. This is.
Do you want to learn to draw professional and impressive artwork from scratch that will blow people's minds?
So this is the only tutorial I found. This is actually Houdini snow. Look how fucking realistic is this stuff.
Yeah. Well,
It's a bit it's a bit liquid. I think it should be a bit more solid, like on the sides where it goes like here.
Yeah, it's called wet sand simulation.
Oh, yeah. For sand, I think it make more sense.
So
but I think it should be a little bit more.
Just draw a square of snow and it does it.
Yeah, it's that is the actually the snow before the render. So this is all node based. See that?
Yeah, that's the one that's complicated. Like all those links.
It's complicated, man. It is complicated.
I've tried, but I said no. I'm gonna focus on Maya first, and then when I'm master Maya, I go to Houdini.
So this is actually adding snow, and then you can change the colors and stuff. The snow. This is rendering inside Maya. It's called mantra. They call it mantra render. Okay, so I show you I haven't done the snow yet because I had a lot of crashes because when I tried to add more and more details, it started to crash on my computer.
Yeah, you need a very good computer to work on.
If you want to do simulation stuff, absolutely right. You need to have a proper computer.
Nice graphic cards.
Yeah.
Well, 1060 is good, isn't it? Anyone know?
Just my computer, like you show a message, I need to update my graphic card.
Maybe I can show you this one if I can.
1060 are decent, isn't it?
It's not. It's crashed. Okay, so let me try again. This one, snow, send node of the snow. So let me just see. So currently I'm learning how to rig a character in Houdini, how to do the animation, especially the special effects, like this one.
Going to upload. Are you opening something, Tanaka?
Yeah.
It's taking too long.
I'm trying to open something.
From everyone here, someone has Udini. Oh, Alex.
Yeah, I put it in store, but I ain't touched it yet.
Install it and look at the. Let me show you something else again. It's really cool. Okay, this is. So this is another Udoni tutorial.
Cool. Wow. I think for modeling, I wouldn't go there, but to effects, yeah, I would.
No, modeling is very difficult to do modeling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the one I'm working with, like, is better. So Maya Max is, for me, is fine. What are those all like particle, like the all snow?
Yeah, just snow.
Wow. They're very big. Have you ever tried to do this on Maya, on snow?
Huh?
Have you ever done snow effect on Maya?
Yeah, you can do my snow.
Just asking. No, just if you ever done it, that's
No.
but I'll eventually compare both of them.
So this is Maya snow simulation.
Really? Should have.
I'll be showing you how to create this kind of snow simulations. Nice. Render out the fine samplings.
I found it's not the real. I don't know. It's me. I'm speculating. Maybe I found Maya Houdini simulations are much more realistic, and in terms of
like for movies and things like that, I think is better.
yeah, movies and special games and game is there's a special tools being developed for games to have tracked like the destructions and simulations inside the games. It's a big thing, and then they try to incorporate Houdini recently. There's a game development tool.
Some people, to make more realistic, they use they do it on Maya or Max and then transfer to After Effects to make it better. But Houdini, I think you don't need that much.
No, I canceled it because it's right, okay.
Okay.
So No, this is one of my tutorials. I haven't finished it. The lesson.
I done the animation.
I think I done the animation, but I'm just running slow because actually I did the animation. Show you in a minute because I did it last week, and tab.
Headache. I never lost stuff there. Your computer might be very powerful because I've seen the amount of stuff you have there.
Janica,
Yeah.
if you were to make like a monster for a survival horror game, what program would you recommend?
So you need to start blocking the main character in Maya.
In Maya, and then import
and
it
then
to, like,
go to ZBrush.
Yeah.
So ZBrush, you can see ZBrush here. I can show you ZBrush here. So okay, this is the simulation. Hopefully I can show you the simulation of the snow, because actually I did this the other day, last week, and I couldn't take some time because it takes time. So basically this, you can see ZBrush here.
I didn't do it. I didn't download it because I don't know the cost of it.
Now, can you see my ZBrush here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you need to do the blocking first, and in Maya first. Okay. So you need to do the blocking first in Maya, and if not, you can actually do the whole structure in ZBrush. Let's say.
Then import it to Maya.
Yeah, import it to Maya. For example, let me just close this window, and let me open up one of this module.
But you need the like a digital pen or.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
You use the palm mouse.
Oh.
But that's hard. I've tried, like, for example, in
if you have a digital pen, that's absolutely fine. So this is actually ZBrush. Oh, shit. Okay, let me go back to Houdini. I'll show you. This,
I have an iPad Pro. I just don't have the money to get ZBrush.
No, as a ZBrush, you will have a lot of money to buy ZBrush. You don't buy ZBrush, you just crack the ZBrush, man. Come on.
give me.
Hey.
Yeah, I got 2020 cracked maybe somewhere. I can email it to you a bit later.
Where did you download it from? Because I've tried in torrent, but they blocked a lot of sites.
I can't remember. I got it. I was like desperate for ZBrush, and I just got it. I can't remember, but I think I got the full version, but I will have a look. So this is the see, every time I go this, so this ZBrush, you can see it's all in subtools. These are subtools, like in layers. Yeah, subtools is like layers. You got to, when you're doing a character, you got to use layers to build it. Yeah. So let's say if I wanted to add something here, and I'm gonna go to here, the subtool menu. One second. 1 minute. Okay, that's fine. So subtool menu, you can actually insert sphere. You can move it. You can. So that sphere.
That's better than Mudbox.
Mudbox is not industry standard, my friend. I told you last week as well.
What's Mudbox?
It's a Autodesk version of ZBrush.
Oh.
It used to be better than ZBrush, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, it's
the updates haven't been
it's the best in the. So you ZBrush, this silhouette option wasn't there before. Now they have the silhouette option, so you can actually left click mouse. You know, you can actually rotate it. Now I'll show you a quick introduction to ZBrush, right? So if you go to new document and then you go to this panel and then you put one second, C-sphere or C-sphere like this. No, sorry. Just give me a second. Yeah, still rendering this one. So yeah, so that's my. So if you go to edit, you can actually edit. Is ZBrush is all about brushes, all about brushes.
No way, couldn't guess.
Yeah, all about brushes. It's you need to build. When you like, for example, you have this. You can do hard surface modeling. Hard surface modeling, like in here. So you can actually build like this kind of hard surface modeling. It's very similar to a polygon modeling in Maya. And if you don't have the knowledge of human anatomy, human or animal anatomy, how the torso and the structure works, it's going to be a very difficult to form a formation. So you need to understand the forms and you need to understand human structure, especially the muscle structure, the skeleton formation, you know, all that stuff. You need to have that knowledge. So you will end up, if you're trying to get that into Maya, ZBrush, if you start building that in ZBrush, it's going to be hard. So what we found is I can easily build a character like this in Maya. It's just a block out version, and then bring back into ZBrush and add that finer details like cracks and decals and textures and stuff. So that's what I found. So you can all that and information. Okay, and then the render, the texturing, you can actually do texture painting, poly painting in ZBrush. Now you can actually do in a program like Substance Painter. This, yeah. So if I go back to ZBrush again, let's go back to ZBrush. So this is my ZBrush, and then you go to so you can actually add those details. This is my clay build up. So you can actually build up your clay, make a polymesh.
I was watching a video of someone doing like a face, and what the guy did, he did the skeleton first,
yeah,
and then put the face and skin on top.
Exactly. Skeleton is creating, skeleton is getting the correct anatomy, structure. The human body structure is very important. It's hard to learn, and there are some resources you can actually follow it, and there are some free resources you can, if you want to. I actually download some stuff, but now in ZBrush 2020, I found you have this stuff which is amazing. Like you don't have to focus on. If I go to C-sphere, so you can actually, you can download this one of them frameworks, and then you can actually modify the characters there. So already there, the proportional body structures are there. So you can actually manipulate these stuff. Let me just try to move this.
I didn't know you can make that as well.
Yeah, so this is something called polysphere. So polysphere is another technique. This is called polysphere, right? So this is another technique you can actually build your model. So if I go to here, C-sphere, sorry, C-sphere. Now, you need to be able to, let's go to edit, and then if you add the symmetry, transform, symmetry,
so basically you can build the whole body out of it.
Yeah. That's the beauty of ZBrush. You can actually build it.
And that's another level.
So this is what you call blocking with C-sphere. So you can actually build the torso, and then if I if I go to X, let's just draw and then move, and then put X and then draw and move.
That makes it easier for animation.
Remember, you can't animate in ZBrush. You know that. You can't animate. You can actually build complex characters with ZBrush, and then only.
I see you got bones in it. Got bones on those things you create.
No, yeah, bones is not. It's not character bones. You know, it's sphere. So if I go here and let's say what do you call it? 1 second. Geometry.
But you know where the joints are. That's something. Right?
Yeah. But you can convert this into polygons. Can't remember. Dynamesh, I cannot remember. Anyway, I cannot remember the one. So basically, this you can do. So this in 2020 ZBrush you have a fantastic set of templates you can work with. Now you got the whole zoo here, the entire animals, like you got gorilla, you got deers, and you got dolphins and all sort of stuff you can actually work with, and then add more details.
Is it just for like commercial use or like?
Yeah, commercial use. Yeah.
So you can release this stuff. Like you can take.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a model, and you got to convert this into 1 second. I just want to, yeah, convert that into this model. This here.
But can you sculpt this?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do because I don't know. You need to convert this into a different form to sculpt this. 1 minute.
Polymodel.
C-sphere. Just give me a second. Let me search it. C-sphere. C-sphere to polymesh. Okay, there you go. Polymesh. See that? C-sphere to polymesh. So when you have polymesh, you can actually sculpt. So in this tutorial, it says show you.
Do you want to learn to draw professional and impressive artwork from scratch that will blow people's minds?
Blow people's mind.
C-sphere. It's one root sphere, and add or press the T key on your look in the draw button. I hold the. I'm doing.
So he's doing this one I showed you.
Yeah. Okay, if you're happy with the shape and you defined your base mesh, it's time to make your skin. There are two kinds of skin, unified skin and adaptive skin. Adaptive skin can be previewed anytime by pressing the A key.
Okay. Oh, so pressing A, adaptive skin, okay? Pressing A. And
you can move the A key again. Adaptive skinning means that
you need to wait for this correct for that directly because it's not working. No. Well, I need to push to go like this. Look.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. He's pushing and he's going to take the car.
Okay, so oh shit.
A mesh is created that is based on an aniline. Adaptive skinning means that a mesh is created that is based on an analyze of the structure of your sphere model. When using unified skinning, all the C-spheres are merged together and a unified, more kind of arbitrary mesh is created. You find the skins here on the right in the menu, adaptive and unified skin. And now let's create both and see the difference. You can do this by pressing the Make Adaptive Skin or Make Unified Skin buttons. Let's start with the unified skin. And select the created mesh.
Okay, so basically in here, let me start again. See, Houdini is still opening. See that? See how big is the bloody fly? See that? So it's still opening my Houdini. Right, so if I go to Lightbox, adaptive skin, I don't know.
Here it is, a very dense.
Okay, so when I press A, you can actually sculpt it now. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Actually sculpt it now.
So would you say it will be easier with a tablet?
Yeah, probably. It'd be better anyway. It'd be better. More.
I'm thinking. I don't know, because you know why? Because I mean, how do you load the tab? You mean this? If you have one of these, that's different story.
What's that?
Backup. Yeah.
Oh,
I have an iPad Pro that I can connect to Windows using an app.
Yeah, that should do, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
But eventually I'll buy one of those.
eventually.
Eventually. They're like £1,600.
Yeah.
You can get like an equivalent ones for like half.
Unless you want to buy another one that
I
doesn't have
tried
that on the
the
screen.
cheap ones. I don't like them.
Oh yeah. Okay. What brand did you try?
I tried the Wacom, but the one without the screen.
Oh, the bamboozle.
Yeah, it's so small.
And it's kind of difficult to do it.
I like the
Yeah.
Curion. Look into that.
Which one?
Curion, I think it's called. HUI.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one. Apparently, I wanna get the best one already, which is the Cintiq. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, don't buy that cheap one like
Yeah.
there was a lag.
Or the remakes.
Yeah, the lag. I've got that.
There's a lag, proper lag, man. I got this.
Is that what it is? The tablet?
I spent 150 quid on this one, which is amazing. The Wacom, you cannot beat Wacom.
Is that why the lag?
Of course not. That's a different level.
Yeah, I mean, like, look.
I thought it was my processor that why it was like.
So you can actually model this, and then you can actually control. So pressing control is the mask. So this is that black area is masked. So if you do modeling, it won't affect that mask area. And then so look at this. Look at the amount of brushes you have in ZBrush, but you don't necessarily will use most of the top ZBrush artists will never use all of them. One of the most commonly used ZBrush brushes are the clay build-up brush. So you can actually build a foam to model like that. See that? So you can actually add more foam, and then when you hold down Shift, you can actually smooth the foam.
Yeah, you need to sit the way you are. No, you're not gonna climb anything.
You climb where? Are you talking to me?
No, sorry. It's my niece.
All right. So so this is actually clay build-up, and then you can actually build your muscles, and then you can
just build a super buff cat. Why not? Anime style buff cat.
It's my favorite part. That's why, yeah, but.
The buttocks.
Yeah, but. That's why I chose on the cat's butt.
I thought this was going to be somewhat constructive, but.
Just show you
this is what we've moved to, eh?
Look,
this is what we've become.
If I press M, so it's all alphabetically arranged, these brushes, right? So when I press M and I got the the move brush. So let me say move brush. So when I wanted to move certain things, you need to expand your brush and zoom out, and then expand the butt.
The 3D modeling is a long process. The cat's butt. Oh my gosh, that's huge.
You have to put some animation there. Talking cat.
That's your part, mate.
It is 3D modeling, no animation.
Yeah. So
that's really cool software, but it's expensive cheese. I'm trying to get a crack, but it's kind of hard.
I think I have a crack somewhere, man. I can share it to you because let me check. See.
Yeah, send it to us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What are
it's
you
here.
sending?
It's here. It's here. Yeah, crack. See that? Crack patch 2020. It took me a while to bloody find a Mac version because there are so many PC version in it. I actually looking for like months and months and months, and then I actually asked one of my free friends and they couldn't find it, and then I managed to find it. The
I need the
2020.
PC
2020 is the one.
version.
Huh?
I need the PC version.
PC
probably
version
easy
is
to find.
there. PC version is there. Oh my god, you can download PC version is there already.
Wait, where do you find all this shit? I don't
Yeah.
know this stuff, man.
Yeah, the problem is where do you find it? We can find it too.
Exactly. I don't know how to download stuff illegally.
Really?
My dad used to do this stuff. Not me.
Bloody hell.
I've done a lot, but they blocked. I mean, in here in UK, it's a lot of websites blocked.
Depends what your filter's like.
Probably,
Get VPN before you pay for it.
even what's it called, the internet brands, they block some websites too. So I have Virgin Media. There's a lot I used to use. They blocked it.
Okay, so you can do the hair and stuff as well in here. But
Is
I
it
haven't.
easier to do it there?
Yeah, you can actually do all this mesh hair. 1 minute. But I prefer if you I wouldn't. I mean, I haven't tried it here, but I wouldn't actually would worried about adding fur in ZBrush. I would use if I were you, I would definitely use Maya. Maya hair and fur tool is improved a lot.
Wait, how do you do that again?
Improved a lot. You can do a lot of really good stuff with Maya fur. I mean, I wouldn't worry about doing stuff in ZBrush. I only focus on modeling on ZBrush. So this is all ZBrush stuff.
I know you showed us that. I know you showed us that, but I can't remember that hair stuff in there. I can't remember how you do that.
Remember, I was messing around last term hair stuff in Maya. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, but I can't remember where. Like, what tab is it on for a start?
So hard surface modeling stuff like this can be done in my ZBrush. Show you. This can be done in ZBrush. These are all subtools. I'm still I haven't done any hard surface modeling yet. I did some organic stuff before, but this was my first attempt on ZBrush. I mean, I haven't had a chance to do it, but I recently got into ZBrush doing it some stuff. I'll show you with here. So basically, you look this kind of character. You build your formation in Maya, and you can bring into ZBrush and add more details. Okay, so the blocking can be easily done in Maya, and then bring it back into ZBrush. Sorry, one sec. This is see that first stuff and the rigging stuff I was working on. This is in Maya. This basic blocking, and that actually Maya muscles. I was unsuccessful on that because I couldn't figure it out how to do that. Okay, this is my first ZBrush mess around. First step, learning ZBrush modeling games, character design. Learn ZBrush is fantastic. It's you will love it, and then you will never. Sometimes you'll think you'll never go back into Maya for modeling. Sometimes you get that feeling as well. And but the only problem with ZBrush, the amount of detail is high density. It's come into billions of polygons and vertices and text. How you cannot animate that kind of model. You cannot animate a model like this in Maya. You have to retopologize. You need to add a low poly model. So when you build, let's imagine you build this character from scratch in ZBrush. When you export this, it's got so much polygons and mesh density in it. So you need to find a way to project this high definition details, bake that high definition detail into a low poly. So you got to do this, something called retopologizing. Retopo. It's called retopo. Retopologizing Maya. So this is retopo. Basically, this is from ZBrush and then into retopologizing in Maya. So retopologize option. So you're actually building on top, the low model, and then you attach to it. And then you can animate the low poly model, not the high poly model.
Basically, it's like you need to bake it around or something.
Yes, something like that. Yes.
Okay, got it. I've done that once on 3ds Max.
So it is not going to be straightforward though. You got to use Maya Quadro tool, this tool, to do this.
So you manually make it.
Yeah, manually making, unfortunately. I mean, there are stuff like they are improving the workflow, the time you spend on doing certain tasks, and they're improving it to make it like, how can I make it auto, like as soon as you click, boom. I think there's an auto topology is already here. Auto topologizing tool is already here. Before it has to do it manually, but I don't know how successful is this. Let's have a look.
But what if it's the other way around? You make it Maya, you transfer to ZBrush, and then you change it.
Say that again.
If you model in Maya, you send to ZBrush, and then you change it, put some more details. You have to do the same thing with topology.
No, really, no, because you already have the low poly version in Maya, so you don't have to retopologize again.
So you need to animate first on Maya, and then you transfer.
No. So you need to build your model in base model in Maya. So you need to export that into as an OBJ or FBX into ZBrush.
And then to animate, you send it back to Maya.
Back to Maya. Yes.
Okay, good. Easier that way.
Apologizing for talking into Maya at some point, but they haven't been fully integrated into the interface yet. Hopefully, this demonstrates that Maya is planning on bringing a retopologizing toolkit into Maya at some point in the future. But the good news is that these two nodes are usable right now. What you're seeing me do here is assemble a simple shape. So it doesn't really matter what I'm doing here. I'm just making a shape to use as an example. And I wanted to talk about two quick notes up front. The first is the second of the two nodes we'll be using is only currently available for PC and Linux. So Mac will have to wait till it's fully integrated. The second note is this method is really only usable on simple shapes to begin with. If you are retopologizing a full character or a creature, I'd recommend still using something like Mudbox or ZBrush to do that. This is great for sort of prototyping simple and quick mechanical shapes and just getting a better topology to start with. Cool, so let's say that that's the shape I want to retopologize. What you can see is it's got a pretty bad topology across it, so that's what I'm trying to fix. The first node we're going to use is by selecting our object, and in the bottom left Mel tab, we're going to type in poly remesh. That's one word, lowercase p and uppercase r. What you're immediately going to see is we get this triangulation across the surface. It's essentially trying to bring a uniform triangulation across our shape, and each of these triangles is dependent on a unit on the grid. We'll look at that in the second example a bit further. So the second node I want to use is following the same process. Select your model and type in poly retopo, again, lowercase p and uppercase r. What you're immediately going to then see is a retopologized version of your shape. Now I'm only going to change one setting in this example, and that's the target face count. I'm going to drop it down to about 960 faces to get something a little bit more reasonable. And I could even push this lower, so I might go something like 480 or something like that. The next thing I want to do once I'm happy with that sort of face count is do a bit of cleanup after the fact. So one example here is I delete history, and I'll use something like the symmetry tool and maybe clean up these edges down the middle. In this case, I can just delete them, but obviously on some models, I might have to actually add some more or merge some together. Nonetheless, if I actually line this one up with the original, you can see it's a much more uniform layout, even if I have to do a little bit more cleanup on the retopologized version, or maybe even add in a few more faces. It's definitely a much better starting point. So I'm going to follow that exact same process on this slightly more complex example as if I'm prototyping these mechanical pieces for like an engine or something. So the first thing we're going to do is boolean together this sort of piece here. So I've got a simple pipe and a simple sort of cylinder. Some of these pieces have bevels in them, and I've kind of arranged them in a way where I can just use a difference Boolean operation to slowly sort of eat chunks out of that original piece and line it up to this sort of shape here. So I'm already kind of halfway there in the shape, but the problem now is, again, that I have some bad topology that I want to sort of try and improve here. All right, so firstly, I'm going to delete history on this object. I'm going to type in poly remesh again, and I'm going to get this result here. So there's a few separate notes here I want to talk about and just some settings to play with to get some slightly better retopologizing happening. The first is because these triangles are worked out to essentially try and match these grid sizes, I've got much less triangles now because my object is quite small.
Anyway, we can watch it later. So you better learn ZBrush and Maya. It's very important. Okay, let's see what we got here. See that? Okay, this is called wet sand Houdini. This I actually used. Look how long it takes to bloody start this simulation.
Obviously rendering all that time.
Yeah, so you need a proper fast machine to do simulation stuff. So this is all my nodes here. So
need a game computer to work all that.
Yeah, gonna come out because it's gonna take postgrid.
Yeah, I want to build one.
So ZBrush is fantastic. You should learn, and I'm still learning as well because I mean the saving is far much more complicated than Maya. You got to know how to save it. There are 3 different ways of saving a file. Sometimes you only save tools, and sometimes you save a file. Sometimes you save documents as a file, document, and a brush tip. So looking into that. So if you want to learn ZBrush. Hopefully I can show you a bit later, but so my plan is to one second. So this shot here. So I'm just doing this ones here as well. So I'm doing the I had the animation here. Actually export that animation into Houdini.
Can you like direct scenes in Houdini or not? Can you like direct scenes? Can you like move the camera around in like different ways?
I can't hear you.
Can you like move the camera around through a scene?
Yeah. You can do everything. You can do you can animate the camera. You can actually have many cameras. Yeah, everything can be done in Houdini.
Okay.
Houdini is good for rigging. Recently, Houdini is improved rigging side of it. So rigging a character is very extremely important.
Yes. What can we main control? So cool. What works?
But it's procedural rigging.
Okay, let's see. This is the capture region with the
so rigging is very much improved. Animation in Houdini. Yeah, animation in Houdini has been improved a lot as well.
Anyone can pursue their dream and carve out the life that they want.
Meet Mimi Chow.
So this, can you imagine like now I'm struggling to open a small box and there's a board drop on top and I've been opening that for last 45 minutes. Look at this kind of stuff.
That's in Houdini.
Yeah, this is in Houdini.
Yeah, but there are a lot of data from computer.
Look at the
you need to get a very good computer to do that.
Look at the work Houdini works, right? So watch this. So you can actually import FBX or OBJ from Maya. Those are the formats you can actually bring. This is FBX. So that's the bone structure of that character he's gonna bring. Definitely, whoever's doing it is got a powerful computer.
So is Houdini where you do like animations and effects as well, or just effects?
Yeah, you can actually do animations, you can do effects, you can do explosions, you can do destructions of the buildings, and you can actually bring those into games as well. So games, there's a game development tool is there. So yeah. So let me just speed up this thing. So it's got this liquid foaming coming up. This is called flip tank. Your particles. So you can do so the most important factor is in Houdini is procedural modeling. Speed video. So in terms of modeling, in Houdini, this is the core strength, the main strength, procedural modeling. Watch this one. Is anybody played Far Cry?
No, I haven't.
So
I've seen it though.
You heard about the game Far Cry, right?
Yeah, I've
heard about
played
it. Yes.
some of them, yeah.
So in Far Cry, you see there are so many terrains, and this guy is driving on a car, and when he drives, and he'll jump on fences and paddy fields and lanes and destructions, and all that map entire generated in Houdini.
Okay.
It's all generated in runtime, not render time, runtime. As the game plays, they're all generated on the same time.
Yeah.
So Houdini is extremely powerful on that sense to create vast environment, big fences, pole lines, and all can be generated procedurally. Look. Can you imagine, like, if you are to create, let's say, for example, you are driving on a car, and you see them fences along on the side of the road. Can you imagine if you want to create those fences for maybe 20 feet or 30 feet? If you have to do it that in Maya, you have to duplicate, place, copy and paste. You know, you need to build it. But in Houdini, you can actually procedurally build that model. That's the advantage of Houdini. Like this. So no, this is not procedure modeling, it's just the normal modeling. I wanted to show you procedure modeling technique in Houdini. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. See that? Did you see that the stuff changing? Did you see the stuff changing, like moving around? That's procedure modeling. Okay, this is the first procedure modeling.
For these tools. The reason you should use procedural foliage is its ease of use.
Look at this Far Cry, yeah? Far Cry.
It's just a matter of seconds. My recommendation is whenever you can use it, you should, as you'll have more time to focus on other.
So this is Far Cry presentation.
My name is HNC. I'm a technical
artist. He's the guy who designed the, I think I showed you before. So this is all done, generated in Houdini.
Lakes, rivers, and we also have fence and
these lights, the fence, everything done in Houdini. The mountains,
the cliff generation.
Cliff generation.
Then the biome tool that's found. The tool is simply based from the terrain slope. So there's a few control, but most of the times they don't do anything. They just run the tool and on the desired terrain area. But is the vegetation asset.
It's a very complicated stuff. You can have a look when you. Okay, so right, where are you in terms of your projects? Tell me if I can have an update on that.
As I said, I haven't managed to do anything for this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing okay. I'm not stuck per se.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So, is anybody else like to at least go try, and then I can help you to rig the character. I can show you rigging. Yeah. So let me know.
I'm fine for now.
Yeah, I'm struggling with rigging.
Struggling with rigging. So let's have probably one-to-one rigging sessions, and then I can go through certain elements like rigging the character.
Want us to knock up a quick character? Or want us to knock up design a character real quick or what?
Say that again?
Like, you want us to rig up a quick character?
No. Don't. This second, I think this is the third term, right? The third term, I need to see your work in terms of submitting the work. So we got like deadlines coming up, and then trying to build some characters and then actually do the animation. So you got to show it. Work on that. I don't know what are you guys working on in terms of final major project, but I would say get the character rigged. Or I mean, you have to before you start. I mean, no point of me showing you rigging a character if you don't have a proper character ready. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So you got to focus on 3D modeling first and understanding. Remember, I was working on that model for last how many weeks? I don't know. You probably see this one. I'm working on this one. I've been building, and then I record the audio, record the video, and then upload that into YouTube. I haven't done that for last one.
But yeah, I've done that.
So this you're saying we have to rig the characters as well.
No. You don't have
It's
to
a for the final project as well.
No, you don't have to rig this model. If you want, I can show you. Like Tepi, he's doing some stuff, and then he wants to get into rigging specialist.
No, I just thought it was part of the final project, like rigging. I thought it was for the final project or something. You're saying now?
No. It's not a final. Like for me, from this lesson, what I want you to show me something with modeling, and at least this model, there are resources files up there uploaded, and if you can start building it and showing me.
This one is fine. Okay. But if for us to submit on Canvas.
Submitting on Canvas, don't worry, we will find another way to submit it. Canvas.
Okay. No, I'm just asking.
Yeah. So can everybody tell me what are we doing? Are you just watching me and then going to sleep or whatever? I don't know.
No, I'm okay. I'm not.
Are you guys actively involved in 3D modeling or not?
Of course. I am anyway. So
I try my best.
For me, it's fun.
Yes, same to me.
But I'm not working on that at the moment. But I started it. If you want, I can show you. But
Yeah,
I started.
Show me.
But I didn't go that far. Wait. Where's that? Why is my model not here? Okay. Wait.
So Daniel.
Wait. Oh.
Where is Daniel?
Yes, I'm here.
Where are you guys? Where are you, man? I see all your Facebook posts with guns and bouncy castles and meat, barbecue meat and lobster and fish and all that stuff. And your brand new car, electric car, and I see I'm a big fan of you, man.
No.
So where's your 3D modeling, man? Where's your 3D modeling stuff?
Okay, wait.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like so. I don't know what has happened when I go in my computer, and also before I was sending on email my models which we do in the school, but now it's everything, like almost everything is slow. It's so bad, and I don't know. It's
buy a new computer.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But
okay. Where's that? Oh, yeah. Okay, where's my screen?
Jennifer.
Close to the.
Jennifer.
Huh?
You see, sometimes when you're doing the Boolean,
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, but sometimes like both, like you select one, select the other. Sometimes they both disappear.
It's not this one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that a thing that happens?
In Maya?
Yeah, in Maya.
Okay. So is it possible to share the screen and show me, or?
Yeah.
Can you
I don't
play?
understand why can't I show the screen?
Oh, you can play the guitar. You have a guitar in your background.
Oh, me? Yeah, I play a bit.
Oh, fantastic, man! Is this your model?
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
It's not funny though. I've only done half of it.
Is that yours, Paul?
Damn, this is good. Damn, this is nice.
So you're doing well.
Woo!
Yeah, man. But what I was saying, I'm trying to do this barrel,
Okay.
So I'm trying to do the inside. So I made this piece here to go.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is,
you need to add the bouillon. Or,
that's what I'm saying. I'll
Put it in. Yeah.
First,
Uh-huh.
in this, wait, shift.
Yeah.
Then mesh, bouillon's difference, yeah?
No. Union.
I want bouillon.
Yeah. Do the union.
Union.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pops up.
Oh. Right.
That's,
Just give me a second. Let me have the access. Okay. Can I have the access?
Yeah. Cool. You got it. I clicked.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, this is really cool. I like your stuff very much. You doing your stuff very good. Right. So first of all, if I can manage to okay, let's do a delete history of sec.
I usually go on modeling toolkits instead of going mesh and.
Huh? Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, on this.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't heard.
Okay, why is disappears?
So you're almost done with the model.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Need some few things.
Yeah, I didn't touch that for I think 2 or 3 weeks.
Need some mirror it.
Because
bit on top.
You will again, eh? But that's the thing, like disappearing things is so.
Can you reopen this one without saving it, because I don't know what happened. Can you?
Close it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the handle. You actually you did a great job on the grip of the handle at the square inside, the hole inside, which is really good. You've got this very nice sharp edges. And so how did you form the sharp edges? You actually add insert edge at the end, right? Insert edge loop.
Yeah, now you know what? It's a bit fucked up when I turn it to high poly, it goes kind of messed up. So I kind of need to do that still. Right.
Okay, so let's go back again.
Did you do some update on Maya?
For me?
Yeah.
Nah, it's just 2019.
No, because I update mine, but I'm trying to put on the viewport. It's disappearing. I don't know why.
So maybe center pivot. So where's your center pivot? Okay, that's the center pivot. Okay, that's the center pivot there. And then if I go here like this, and then select, what the hell?
Are you sure it's union?
No, I mean, I did the union before. Let me see. Let me try to. No, it's different.
Same thing, it appears.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's worked in other places as well, like different.
Probably you should try to create another one and do the same thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, let me try it a different way. So if I go have a box, can I just put it back again? So if I go undo. Wait. Okay. So okay, let me do this one here, right? So if I go to polygons and I'm gonna put like a 4x4 or 4. Okay. And then I enlarge this and okay, so this and this.
Yep.
Make sure this one. You can actually align it as well. Align to anyway. It's the front. Okay, so this one and this one.
Yeah, it should work. Wait, they're not both selected. Yeah.
Union. Okay, so when I put union.
So that's work, isn't it?
Yeah, he's united. I mean, can use it as one object both.
So I just need to redo their bit space, for whatever reason.
Yeah, just I think you just need to do it again. Something went wrong, probably. I don't know why.
Jennifer.
Huh?
I have to go for now.
Okay, no problem. I'm finishing at 4 o'clock anyway today, so I got to go as well. So.
All right. Thanks.
I will upload the thing.
All right. All right. Take care, guys.
Bye.
See ya. So if you can build this one, you can build any gun for a game.
I'll see why not.
Yeah.
No.
Because this one is difficult. There's a lot easier ones. Got a lot of detail in this one.
Can I show you my modeling?
Yeah. Just give me a second, mate. Can you?
Let me just fix that.
Why I cannot delete? I cannot. Can you delete this, Paul? Can you just delete this?
Yeah.
Can you delete that? And 1 second. Let me just highlight that. Okay, delete. Now, if you show me the inside now, can you show me the inside? Okay.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, it's done. So you need to be able to merge this together, the edges. Yeah, but please try to work on different files, because if you get stuck, you can work with different versions of the file when you move along with your project forward. So try to save as, because then increment saving rather than working on a one file. That's why I had like 3 or 5, 6, 7, 8 files alongside. So you can actually go back and do some experiments. Sometimes this happens when you have too much information in one file. It's slightly corrupted. So save it to a different file and do this, and this, look at that, we did the exact same thing with that your model, and the exact same thing with Union worked with this model, didn't work with that model. It's to do with, there's a slight corruption. I'm not showing your file is corrupted, but best to save your file and into a different version and move along when you are getting into that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. There's sometimes like when I'm building like any game assets, like I prefer like build one here, like close this one, open another one, and then build another one, because and at the end I put it all together because sometimes it crashes. Like sometimes things like that happens.
Is this your Mudbox?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice. But you done with the mouse?
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay, can you stop sharing for me?
Okay. Right.
Oh, well done, man. Excellent.
Cheers, man.
Okay, I will show mine because it's been quite a long time since I've done that. Where's mine again? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, when you guys doing the work, so it's encouraged me to show me more work as well. So cool.
This is my one.
Good.
I'm just struggling to make you see that gray section here? There's annotation.
Sorry?
This section. I'm struggling to make this section. Yeah, that's what I'm struggling to do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Can you show me the rest of the model for it? I mean, if you go to perspective, you just move around and stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that looks smooth, man.
Yeah, smooth.
Thank you.
But remember, this model has to be hard surface. It's not smooth. Yeah. So when the final look's gonna be hard surface. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a hard surface.
Yeah, hard surface. You can see when you look at the render, the image of the render, is the edges not that smooth. It has to be hard surface. It's so try to don't smooth it too much. If you can, like, I don't know, just, you know what I mean? Like, just try to keep that in between. It's good.
And just put it on low poly that and bring it down.
And Debbie, you know the lines, you know how to straighten them, right?
Oh yeah, I know how to do
Select
it. Yeah.
vertices, scale down, and then drag it. So you can actually put the vertice lines, edge lines straight, dead straight, vertically and horizontally. It looks nicer and in order.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Good. Right. So you can stop sharing for me. Let me just go into somebody else. Does anybody else like to show me stuff?
Yeah. Okay. I said it's been 3 weeks since I've worked on it, but yeah, just that's all I have. See, in the perspective, I don't know, because I've done some updates.
Select that and press F for me. Select that. Move your cursor into perspective and press F. Move your cursor and press F.
Oh.
There you go.
Nice. I didn't. He just done that. It's like not much, but.
Can you go to perspective view and show me it closer? Remember, this model has got depth in it, right?
Yep.
Depth. We need to build the depth as well. So.
Yeah.
Working on it. Okay.
I know.
Cool.
I'm gonna extrude that and then for now
click the model.
Pardon?
Click the model. Click it. I just want to see the definition.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry. I didn't
try to keep these lines straight if you can, and it's good. It's good that.
Yeah, I know. For now, just because I use box.
3 sides, no 3 sides, right? It has to be 4 sides or more. Actually, 4 sides.
Where?
No, I mean the edges. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's very
and
low
then
quality.
when I finish the base, I'll add more edges and then look better.
Oh,
Add the
okay,
bevel,
cool.
as I said.
Yeah, it's good.
Now
It's
just
good.
the basis.
Yeah, cool. Very good.
I wanted to. I'd like to share another. I don't know. Just something I was doing. Just out of fun. What is that? I don't know if it's gonna show here. Wait, I need to stop this one first.
See what I'm saying? Like for example, if you have some of the stuff like what you're creating in your portfolio,
yeah,
you can. It's better for you to go into higher studies or find an employment, man. Seriously.
See that?
What is that?
Yeah.
Like an I'm gonna put on.
Well, is that the dynamics? Oh, that's cool. I like it. Go to perspective view. Oh, cool.
Yeah, try to like to do a smoke effect, and then when it crashes, it explodes. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Just out of fun.
Yeah, explode. You know how to do explosion in Maya?
I'm watching some tutorials.
Okay, cool.
But if you can teach me, it's fine.
yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
Yes.
Oh, this is good stuff, man. Very good. Well done.
Thanks.
Excellent. Omar.
I need
what's
just
happening?
to adjust.
Yeah. Oh, 1 moment.
You got some stuff for me?
Your turn, Omar. Come on.
Nah, Omar's the legend, bro.
Yeah, I've seen his work.
You're not ready.
Yeah, I know he's got some really good stuff, but I haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen either. Omar, come on.
Yeah, 1 moment. I'm opening the file.
So we got to be covering more UV mapping, UV unwrapping, and a little bit of Substance Painter, and a little bit of rigging, how to rig a basic character, how to do animation. Okay, that's fine. So I wouldn't much more worry about rendering and lighting yet. So if we can cover those stuff, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, can we try that like next week or?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna go into much more rigging stuff next week. I will show you a character which I've been working on rigging a character. I will show you how to rig this character. Because I wanted to do this character rigging. Character rigging. 1 second.
I never tried rigging on Maya.
It's good. It's good.
I don't think it's that different than Max. But... I think I don't know. To save the animation on Maya is kind of difficult. I've struggled a little bit.
So probably we'll work on this character rigging, and there's another character as well. So
Can I put like my own character?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I will show you how to use the auto rigging auto rig, or you can actually use the manual rigging as well. So you can actually do a manual rig. Let me show you. So Maya rigging to okay. So actually, I'm working on this one. I was doing the face rigging for this character.
Chanaka?
Yeah. So this is the full rig. See that?
I can't see anything.
You can't see me?
I can see you, but I cannot see the screen. Oh yeah.
Now you can see?
Cool.
Oh.
It's a predator.
Yeah, predator.
That's so cool.
Did you model that or just rig?
No, it's not mine, man. It's not mine. I wish I can do this.
Ah, of course you can.
So this is you can create like, for example, you can see the bone and actually hidden, and these are more called controllers. Yeah, so if you given this rig to animator, is only concerned about these controllers. If you don't have these controllers, your rig is not complete. They will send back to you. They'll never click the bone to rig, bone to animate. They always actually add the controller. So this is the main controller. You can actually move the stuff around, and this is the leg controllers. You can actually move the leg, and then the hip controller is this. You can actually animate this stuff like this.
Yeah, Janica, I was struggling with the leg controller.
Leg controller, yeah?
Controllers, it was part of the rigging tutorial I was looking on YouTube.
Oh, okay. So is it FK problem or?
It's more of like I think it's an IK problem. I haven't touched it for like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll go into that stuff later. Don't worry.
Janaka.
Yeah. Okay, Omar, share my screen.
Yeah.
Can you share?
Yeah, I can.
Do it.
Let me see.
Oh, damn.
Zoom in.
Oh God, this is cool,
You done
man.
already. Nice.
Shit. Damn.
You probably did that just now in the past 5 minutes.
This guy is
It's completely yours. Cool.
Did you? How much did you pay for the model to download?
No, I didn't pay that.
You didn't pay? Are you sure?
No, yeah, I'm sure.
So you're good at modeling too?
Damn, this is really cool stuff, man. Really good.
Man, I need to finish mine. I saw yours, I saw Paul's. I need to finish
Exactly. This guy's done a good job. Can you rotate? Can you zoom in and rotate for me?
What about texting that, man?
God damn.
Nice. Well done.
This is cool.
I am 24 hours on my computer.
Yeah, I can see that. You have no life.
Careful with your eyes, yeah?
I also like to show another thing which...
Yeah, good. Well done. Okay, where's the problem with the rigging?
Yeah, I am starting rigging.
No, you just saw the model. Nice.
Yeah, cool.
See, wow. Even the anatomy is very good.
Yeah.
Nice. Now you're rigging part.
Yeah, that's the difficult part.
No, it's not that. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
Can we please can we start rigging next week? Then everybody agreed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Tepi, you okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go through the fundamentals and let's talk about all the stuff. Okay. So I got some. I wrote 1 second if I may find.
The 12 rules of animation.
Not really. I mean, I did the steps because I have to create this. Can you see my screen?
No.
Nope.
Not yet.
One sec. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got this step-by-step instruction written in rigging.
So we can start doing that.
Yeah, I didn't have time to finish the whole writing up stuff, but we'll take a plunge into rigging next week and start creating something. I mean, not this sort of advanced. So going into rigging, creating the joints and creating the controllers. This is all about manual rigging. So I'm actually I worked on this character as well, and then this one about finalizing points and stuff. Okay. Let me talk about creating joints. This is about creating joints. How to create joints, how to add the controllers, how to attach it, and then once you build your character rig, and then you need to add the IKF case to the legs, and then parenting these controllers to your joints, and make sure you need to name them properly. Naming is extremely important. The rigging, the left leg, right leg rigging, and then naming these curves is important. And then the final and most important thing is skinning.
Yeah, that's the complicated part.
Yeah, bloody complicated skinning. And actually, in fact, I can show you. No, I did a video of skinning the other day, and skinning weight paint. Weight paint in Maya. This one. This is the complicated stuff. Because once you pass that stuff, once you actually skin weight your stuff properly, and then you are confident. Sometimes you will have. It all depends on the topology. If you don't have a proper topology, you will have a problem with skinning. So the skinning means you build your bone and bone structure, and then you group with your deformation, the polymesh or the geometry. So you got to have proper definition. For example, like this here, and you see that orange bit on the bone? That orange bit is saying that particular bone is activated around that muscle component. The blue bit it's still attached. Look, I have to show you and explain to you. If I say all this advanced word, it doesn't want to. You got to, this is all really cool stuff, technical stuff.
It's basically all the area are affected.
Exactly, all the areas are affected. All the areas are affected. For example,
some are less, some are more.
Yeah. So the white bits are the whole area is affected. The gray bits are not affected. So when that joint move, around that joint has to be completely white, the paint. So only when that particular joint move, you shouldn't be affecting any other geometry when the joint move. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, for me that's why.
So like this.
I think it's easier when you see the tutorials and then.
Yeah, exactly. When we do the stuff, you will be able to understand. All right, let's do rigging next week, okay?
Just some people make the bones like bigger, so it's easier for them to animate.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Look, let's. I got to do some stuff, and let me actually mark the register quickly. Okay, let's just let's do
I
this.
think we're gonna check some tutorials like next week.
Yeah. Check it.
Okay, guys, I gotta go too. See you guys Thursday.
Attendance. Just
bye from me as well.
See you. Bye. See you next week. So today is 15th. Oh, this is Jaden Lot. Maximiliano, Pablo Sebastian is not here. Rebecca was here. Marcio Omar, Joseph Singh, Gabriel. Okay, guys, I'll see you next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.